Yo, homie, I'm not supposed to say anything, but you have nothing to worry about. You're in. Yo, word? Me and Carlton got in? Well, not exactly. I mean, you're cool and all, but Carlton, well, he's not exactly our type.
Welcome to Pegasus versus the World, where we take on challenges, comedy, trending topics, and some travel.
City boy! City boy!
Oh, how the world has changed, right? Revenge of the Nerds is upon us, and all the Carltons of the world are running stuff, right? Tech, CEOs, and software, this, that, and the other. Anyways, I wanted to watch this. I don't know if I've seen this episode. I've watched Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I don't know if I've seen this episode. I didn't watch a ton of Fresh Prince coming up, but I watched Fresh Prince, right? Everyone has. It's a great show. It's funny, hilarious. It's freaking iconic. But this one just titled Carlton is a Sellout. Carlton is called a sellout. And I don't know, I relate to this. The reason I relate to this is because I grew up, first and foremost, in context, I don't know where this is going to go. I'm saying relate to this in the concept of knowing how everyone perceived Carlton on the show, The Fresh Prince. Right? Will Smith was the cool kid, and Carlton was always the uppity, bourgeois, whatever, black kid from the burbs, And I've noticed with the culture, we always highlight, the homies from this area or this, that, and the other. And the more intellectual homies kind of get like, we don't rock, they're not cool. And that's a problem. That's a problem. We need some more balance there. Being cool is a thing, right? I understand it. There's a reason, there's counterculture, there's a reason you're cool, da-da-da-da. But and I'm speaking I'm going to just say my culture specifically, making things like violence and certain things like cool, like ultra cool, there's always the bad guys in the movies, right? It doesn't matter the race, color, or creed. And people gravitate to the villains, the anti-heroes, Scarface, right? So I'm not going to just put this all on one culture, one people, whatever, but taking accountability for things that I grew up in, hip hop, culture, rap. I see these things. Anyways, I wanted to check this out because I had fought my whole younger life to get accepted. And I started to become accepted around sophomore and junior year, senior year. And then I became a rapper and I'm in, right? I'm the cool guy. I'm rocking, doing all the dumb shit in the streets, out there getting with chicks, all this stuff. And then later in life, I start getting my stuff together and here I am. And I know on YouTube specifically, there are a lot of people who call me a sellout, an Uncle Tom, a coon, etc. Right? So I just thought that's how I relate, because I was just like, yo, this is kind of, Carlton is always kind of the outsider and is always like, yo, he acts white or whatever. And it's just funny. I always was like, what is acting black and what is acting white? I remember that, I get criticism, a lot of criticism for my whole life, and it just doesn't matter. Like, you just got to do you. But I remember when I would date black women or talk to black women, and this is not disparaging black women at any matter, but I remember there were multiple incidences where I'd get on the phone, because back then you got to call them from the phone and get permission from their dad. You know what I'm saying? But they'd always say, "You talk white," right? And I was like, what does that mean? Because I always thought, I always looked up to Michael Jordan, and I was like, yo, I talk proper like Michael Jordan. That was always my shtick. Like, I talk like Michael Jordan, And it never worked. It never worked. And I always kind of got bags for the person who was a little more, whatever. But it is what it is. No big deal. But I did notice that. And I felt like, then I had like an identity crisis. Like, if you go watch some of my old hip hop videos, I'm going to air myself out, but I would talk with what they call a black accent. Hey, yo, yeah, man, yo, we got this, FOS, focus on skills, yeah, when I was first rapping and stuff. And this was how polarized I was, like, yo, I want my people to accept me, right? And they weren't accepting me for speaking the way I speak. And I just want to fit in. We look the same. Like, why don't I get treated the same? So there's a lot of, blah, blah, blah. And that's what brought me to this video. was a long ass intro, but I'm just telling y'all, I just wanted to watch this because, you know, they always say light skinned dude, like biracial. Yeah, you have identity crisis on top of it. Whatever. We get a lot of flack. Whatever. It's all good. I ain't tripping. But let's watch Carlton get the flack right now. Fresh Prince, go check it out. You can stream it. Last time I saw, I think it was even on Netflix or Hulu. Like, you can stream this, so go rock with it. I'm Black Pegasus. Link in the description. Yeah, link in the description to my other channels and all that good stuff. Yeah, let's go.
Yo, homie, I'm not supposed to say anything, but you have nothing to worry about. You're in. Your word?
The words I've always wanted to hear.
Me and Carlton got in? Well, not exactly. I mean, you're cool and all, but Carlton, well, he's not exactly our type.
I could dance better than that. Let's keep it real, man.
What do you mean, not our type? Well, Carlton is not like you and me. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't know what you're saying. Will, Carlton doesn't exactly exemplify what I think a Phi Beta Gamma is. Oh, and what is that? Well, it's not Ralph Lauren shirts and wingtip shoes in corporate America. We don't need a brother like him in this fraternity. Man, he is exactly what you need in this fraternity. I mean, Carlton has been a straight A student since preschool. He gives you 150% every time. Look, Will, I realize he's your cousin and you have to defend him, but this discussion is closed. All right.
Yo, they always mix this great social commentary with incredible comedy. This is what makes Fresh Prince great and unique and just stand out. You know, we rockin' when we go to what Family Matters and the Cosby Show. These are the Jeffersons. Just amazing content, period. I hate when people say this is an amazing black show. No, it's just an amazing freaking show, dog, with good social commentary, right? Now, what Will Smith just did, it kind of reminds, like, I was accepted by my peers, if I'm being honest. In the rap world, I have been accepted. I got a lot of big homies, you know? And then for the people that didn't accept me, you know, I would almost say like the homies like Stevie Stone, One Ton, Chris Calico would be my Will Smith when I wasn't accepted, right? There's a lot here, man. I've been through a lot of different phases and journeys in my life, and I have a different upbringing that, you know, like being in a military family. My dad was in the military, not me, and then traveling a lot, seeing, it was just different, you know? So I just see the world differently, but there was a lot there. And the biggest point to be highlighted there is how in our communities, we might ostracize the people we need the most in our circle because they're not cool, right? Hence, now we're living in the time Revenge of the Nerds. That's where we're living, where all the billionaires, all the nerdy dudes who stayed home on their computers are literally controlling the whole world and billionaires. So it's just kind of funny how the tables flipped and how you didn't need them at this time, and then it flips. Now, I know this is just a show, but it still exemplifies real life at some capacity. It's dope.
Come on, man. Let's go. I didn't get in. What? Why? Look, I don't know, man. Come on, just let's go. How dare you not take Will? He's full of potential. That's why we want him. It's you we don't want. Me? But I did everything. I cooked, I cleaned, I hand-washed the toilets. Everything your butler does for you. I'm not accepting no prep school, Bel Air bred sellout into my fraternity. Homie, you can stop all that. No, wait, Will. I got this one. You think I'm a sellout. Why? Because I live in a big house or I dress a certain way? Or maybe it's because I like Barry Manilow. He meant Barry White, y'all.
Yo. No, I'm not like Carlton. I didn't hear of Barry Manilow until a month ago. doing reactions on my reaction channel. That's crazy. Yeah, yeah, he said Barry White. He said Barry Manilow. He's like, he meant Barry White, y'all. Yo. This is a serious moment, and that's why I had to get this laugh out, because this is an important moment. This is an important moment. I feel it.
Being black isn't what I'm trying to be, it's what I am. I'm running the same race and jumping the same hurdles you are, so why are you tripping me up? You said we need to stick together, but you don't even know what that means. If you ask me, you're the real sellout. Yeah, that's right, boy. And in the words of my illustrious cousin, we gonna make like a tree and leave. Look, you don't speak for the rest of us, dog. I'm gonna have you kicked out of here. Make like a tree and leave? I never say that. It's make like a banana and split.
He's so corny, bro, but it's great. Everyone, that's one of the biggest things that came from Will Smith, or not Will Smith, Fresh Prince, the Carlton dance. Like, he did it better than the Peckerwoods. Yo, this is great.
Keep that in mind, all right?
Get over it, Mary. I'm leaving you for your brother. Oh, you've got to take this from me tomorrow. Damn that Laszlo.
It's funny because shows actually do stuff like that now. Like, this was just a joke. Like, oh, how ridiculous could a show get? And now shows are that ridiculous.
Hey, we looking at the newest Phi Beta Gammas?
No. Apparently, I'm not enough of a brother to be a brother. What? The pledge leader said he didn't like sellouts.
Well, who does? I mean, you wait and wait and wait. When you finally get to the front of the line, everything's gone.
You know, this...
I love her.
This really irritates me. I have worked very hard to give my family a good life, and suddenly somebody tells me there's a penalty for success? I'm sorry you had to go through this, son.
See, this is what's crazy. This has been going on in the community. Like, this was in that banner, it said 1993. I was 13 years old. I'm just starting to freestyle over records in my dad's basement. And this has been, like, this is just a thing. And it's even, in my opinion, worse today, because we will prop up people and things that are just not beneficial to the culture, man. Like, it's crazy. It's really crazy.
When are we going to stop doing this to each other?
Y'all want to see the light at the end of the tunnel? I hate to do this, but it's the truth. Like, how powerful is that? Think about this just 1 second. When are we going to stop doing this to each other? And then Will Smith slaps Chris Rock in the face on stage. You guys tell me. You know, it's just funny how art imitates life, life imitates art. And it's just these cycles. Now, with the Chris Rock thing and Will Smith, that could just be chalked up to human behavior. But on the world stage, it was just looked horrible if anyone would have done that. And who in their right mind does that? Like, you know, like, you start to wonder, if the comedian was not Chris Rock, would Will Smith have done that? You know, what if Bill Burr was up there? Would he went and slapped Bill Burr? And how would that have turned out? You know, it's just interesting. But there was a lot there. It's funny because that was funny. But it's still like there's so much depth there. Man. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm doing a little new stuff. No, I'm not. I've been doing this, man. I've been doing movie clips and TV show clips and a bunch of trending topics. We're having fun over here. We getting it over here. Anyways, let me know what I got, what I missed. I shared a little bit of my personal life here. I open up to you guys, you know. I think it's beneficial. I think that human connection is really important as AI is here to take over the world. So you want to connect with your boy? I'm here. Holler.
City boy, city boy.